Percent word problems. I can find the percent of a number in real world situations. So let's review from yesterday. How do you find the percent of a number? I want you to take a minute, stop the video, and explain. All right. When you do it, you're finding part of whatever number you're dealing with. We want to find a piece of it. So you turn it to a decimal, and then you multiply. So let's take a look at this. Turning this to a decimal, we would back it up. So you have 0.23, 23 hundredths of a whole thing, 95. So we want to find a small piece of the 95. So 0.23 times 95 gives me 21.85. Some of this you can do in your head, which is kind of cool, especially when you're trying to find tips for a like a waitress or a waiter. In this case, it's supposed 25% of the students surveyed our vacation in Florida. Find the number of students who vacationed in Florida. 25% of 800 is basically a fourth of it. So you could just do this, do a half of it, half of 80, because 50% of 80 is 40. Half of 50% is 25, so half of 40 is 20. 20 kids vacationed in Florida. You take a half of a half. Same thing can go here. Starting at a half, 75% of 12. Well, we need to know that a half of 12 is 6, so 50% is 6. Half of 50% is 25, which would be 3. But now we want to go at 75, so we just add those two together and we get 9. 75% of 12 is 9. That takes a little practice. This is a whole lot easier when you're dealing with 10%, because 10% is just, remember, moving the decimal place back 2 times or dividing by 100. So if I divide this by 100, I just need to take the decimal place and move it back 2 times, which would give me 3.6. Now 20% doesn't mean I move it back 20 times, but it means I move it back to 10%. So if I move this back 1/10%, I get 3.6. So that's 10%. Well, 3.6 plus 3.6 would give me 7.2. That's 20%. If I wanted 30%, it'd be another 3.6, which would give me 10.8. That would give me 30%. So we're going to work in class just on these, working in mental math, because I want you to start seeing it. How is this really in real life? So here we go. We're going to find the sale price of an item. It's called its discount. So today we're going to find out how much we discounted, how much we saved. So the price of a snowboard is $318.50. I just made it up. I don't know. There's a sale for 60% off. What do I pay for the snowboard? So we use the same procedure. 0.60 or 0.6, 60% of the 318.50. All right, 318.50. So we put that in our calculator and we say 0.6 or 0.60 times 318.5 gives me 191.10. I am saving today $191.10. That's what I'm saving. So now I need to figure out what I paid for the snowboard. So if I'm saving 191, I need to take 318.50 minus my 191.10. So if I take 318.50 minus my 191.10, I am only paying today $127.40. All right, let's try another one. The $169.99 pair of UGG boots I purchased was on sale for 20% off. What did I pay for it? So let's first find out how much I saved. 0.2 times 169.99 equals, I am saving, oh, this one's a little tricky, that. Well, this 8 tells this 9 to go up to a 10, which tells this one to go up to a 10, which then tells this to go up to a 4. So all of this rounds to $34 I'm saving. So now I would take $169.99 minus my 34. And I am spending, for these boots, $135.99. Last one. A pair of new Katie Nike shoes, I'm making these up again, is $180. I need to find 15% of it. So let's find out how much I saved. I'm saving $27. So now I can take 180 minus my 27. And I get 153. Now, you might start to see a little trick you can do with these. I'm going to show you it. Let's go back to this one. I'm going to do it in red. If I am saving 60%, well, to get to 100, that's 40% that I am really spending, that I'm paying. This is what I'm paying. This is what I'm saving. So if I can do that subtraction in my head at the beginning, I really only have 40% of the $318.50 that I am spending. So if I take 0.4 times my $318.50, I automatically get $127.40. So let's see. Now you can do either way. If this isn't making sense to you, don't do it. I'm just showing you how you can do it in your head, part of it in your head. So let's look at the next one. If I am spending, if I'm saving 20%, that means I'm spending 80%. So I would take 80% or 0.8 times my $169.99. And I want you to do that on your calculator right now. 0.8 times 169.99. You will see you get 135.992. Well, that 2 tells that 9 to stay the same, so it just goes away, and you have the exact same total. So go ahead and try the Katie shoes this way, and then we'll check it. All right, so you should realize if I'm saving 15%, that means I'm spending 85%. So that's 0.85 times 180, well, that's a way to change colors, equals my $153. Here's one last question. Which items would I pay tax on? You would pay tax on this snowboard. You would not pay tax on either of the shoes. In the state of Minnesota, there is no tax on clothing. In other states, there are. All right, go begin on your homework. You must show what you've put into the calculator. So on your assignment, I should either see this or I should see this. If you don't have either of these and you're just putting in the calculator, you're going to have them all wrong tomorrow.